Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and today I'm scrap lifting myself. I kind of pressed for time. I rather quickly found and chose this layout from several years ago um, as the monthly scrap lift at in my Facebook group, Scrappy Kathy and Friends. And um, each month I pull a mixed media layout for members to scrap lift, and there are members who just scrap lift within the group, and then there are members who participate in the hop. So this is for the hop, and I will be adding it to the album. The original was done with 3 swipes of acrylic paint, and then some bubble wrap applied on top, and I believe there's some other splatters and such on there, which I may not do. And then there's kind of an etched or scratched framework kind of done like that. Now I'm going to use these cosmic watercolors. Um, just I'm going to pick a few colors, and I may use 4 colors. I may do 4 swipes with the credit card that way. So I'm going to kind of move this over, and I have this and then my white paper, and I'm going to kind of put the white paper there. I'm going to do a color here, and I'm just going to start with green. Why the heck not? And what I'm going to do is spray water in there and really kind of mix it all up and get it on here so that it can be picked up by the credit card. And this is going to be one thing that I'm kind of looking forward to is that it should be really nice, and it should have a nice sheen to it. They're shimmery watercolors. Okay, so I'm gonna and I've never done it with watercolors. I've only ever done that example with acrylic paints. So I'm gonna kind of go across here like so, and I'm gonna have to do several swipes, it looks like, and that's okay. It's gonna give me a lot more lines. I want to be sure that I have room on either side to put my photo, so it needs to be wider than that. So let's go back and get some more paint on here, and I'm going to push this back over here and kind of really sort of spill it out and get it on there. Okay, let me get this back again, and I'm going to go further over here, and then I'm going to actually start over here and go back this way. And I'm realizing that I'm not, okay, there. I think I'm going to let that be my green streak. And then I'm going to wipe this off. Actually, I may leave that, because what I want to do next is a turquoise streak. Let me get this out. So I'll use that as a blue mixed with green, and I'll put it down here. And we shall see how this goes on. I'm getting excited. Okay, so here I want to do just right up next to it. And it's a little different color. And it's not spreading across, and that's okay. I'm gonna add a little water to it, and we'll see if we can make it work that way. This is not it's not spreading as well as the acrylic paint. But I kind of like the striations, that kind of striated look. Let me get another application of this down here, and I'm gonna see if having a little more of the paint on there does anything for the spreadability. Let's see. I'm gonna try rubbing it on there any which way I can, even going against the grain. Okay, there. I'm okay with that. And you know what? I realize that my lighting is such that you can't see that. Let's do this, and then this, and that. And can you see that a little bit better? It's the shimmer is kind of making the color not be as vivid. Let me just say it that way. Okay, now I'm going to do a blue, and I'm going to wipe some of this. Okay, don't have anything to wipe it off with. Let's see. I have a small piece of paper towel. Okay, now I'm going to do this blue right here, and I'm going to clean some of the green off of my paintbrush. Okay, now let's get this blue all mixed up, and whoops, I did not want that to happen, but it's no big deal if it did. Okay, let's see if this is good enough. I'm gonna have to add some more, I'm sure. I kind of like that. Let me do some more. I wonder if different pigments in the paints make them perform differently. I have noticed that in other mediums. Different colors have different characteristics because of the minerals needed to do the pigmenting. Let me get that across there. I'm going to get this. I kind of like that doesn't end in a straight line. So I think I'm going to leave this. Look, there I made the straight line, but okay. And I think that's still okay. Now, the next color I'm going to use is purple, and I'm going to use this pretty bluish purple and see if I can get it to spread nicely. And I'm going to let it go ahead and pick up some of the blue. And let me get this further up here so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm putting this on here and I'm kind of not liking the color that's happening here. Let me try it on some white and see if I like it. It's kind of grayish, purplish blue. I'm gonna try to purple it up a bit, and if I don't like that, I can add some of the fuchsia color, maybe to make it a little more purple. Let's just see how that's gonna work. Okay, come, and I gotta get this cleaned up because I don't want that on my main page. Let me take this and go like so. It's definitely highlighting the grayish ness of it, and okay, let me see how that fits. That fits about like the other one did. I'm okay with that. Let me add a few more streaks of the purple. I need to get more purple down here. Okay, we'll see if we can finish this one up nicely. Okay, doesn't look purple, but that's okay. There's no purple in the photo. There's no particular purple I'm trying to match. So whatever color it wants to be, it can be. Now, I'm going to pull another piece of acrylic, if I can get my hands on it. Let's see. There we go. I have lots of these, as you can imagine. I'm gonna here just kind of spread some white acrylic paint on, where's my credit card? Let's do the, well, yeah, I'm going to spread it with the credit card first. Let me get the color off the ends there. Just kind of spread it out like so. And get this on it, kind of picking up stuff. So let me see how this works on here. I'm going to go like so and so, and come here and here, and maybe right there. Okay, so that's my texture, I guess. Now let's do that frame. And I'm going to get some more paint on here. I realize that you can't see, and it's just how reflective that those shimmery watercolors are. When I look at the page, the colors are a lot more vivid than what I see on the screen that you're looking at. So let's get to work on this frame. Okay, what did I do with it? There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna run this in here like that, and then I'm gonna take it across here like this. And it may leave a line and it may not. I'm just gonna kind of do it like so. Okay, and that's enough of a line to get the effect that I'm going for. So I think I'm going to call that a success. Put that down and get that down, and I'll wash all that in a minute. Now I've picked out a few bits. First of all, I matted the photo in this is like a starburst, the first part, and then the second part is a really colorful floral. And it's a little bit different from the the colors in there, and I've got a nice contrasting color piece to go kind of right there. I think that's gonna work. And let me get this down. In fact, I think I'm gonna put some liquid glue on it. And I think I saw where it needs to go, kind of right there. I'm gonna run across. And this is the Vicki Boutin mixed media pad. I'm gonna go across there, and I've got some, well, I thought I had foam on the back of this. I'm gonna put foam on the back of it because I may want to tuck some things in. Let me get that on there. Okay. Now, let me get this, make sure it's right side up. I'm going to go like so on here. Okay. And now I have some other strips that I'm going to place on here. I like the acorns because the trees are showing, and that's kind of cool. Let's see if that's right. And these branding strips are from Discover and Create by Vicki Boutin. So I'm mixing Vicki and Paige here. I'm just adding strips of different colors and patterns to kind of um, got too much there. There we go. And I've got this green, which is kind of going over the blue. And I don't know how that's going to look. I'm going to place it there, and then I have these other strips of color. I could maybe go, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull these up and put these down. Just a little bit shorter than the one with the acorns. Let me get, the paint is still wet. The acrylic paint is, rather. I'm gonna kind of do that. Let it go outside the border on both sides. In fact, I think I'll bring this one out a little farther. And now I've got these that could kind of go a little bit over that. And I think that's going to work. Let's see if this, yeah. Okay, now I have my embellishments that can kind of go right here. Not gonna play up the embellishments very much. I have a these were cut from a paper snips from the April kit, the April Fox Box Plus from Bramble Fox. Okay, let's see. Now, I've got this title, which if I'd had as much space as this one is, I'd have put it up here. But I think I'm going to use it down here. And I'm going to put it a little off to the side. Or I guess I could do it right smack in the middle. This is kind of sticking up on its, oops, I don't want to turn that. And I think I am going to just center this. And just so that you know, the little things I'm referring to here are, James walked in and the light was kind of coming in an interesting way, and he took this kind of arty sort of photograph, and the original is in here somewhere, but then I did 3 filters that are pretty close to the same. This one has some little dots in it, and this one kind of really highlights the sun rays. But what you can't see unless you really look hard is this is Reese asleep on the couch there. And he was taking a picture of Reese. When I looked at it, I thought, oh, nice picture of the sky and the bare trees coming through the windows and so forth. And this says currently, and that's not, that picture is not current because the leaves have come in on those trees. So they don't look like that. It doesn't look like that through those windows now. So anyway, I'm done with this and I'm happy with it. I would say that acrylic, if I tried to do something like this in the future, I would probably use acrylic paints again. And I could have used those, if I wanted the colors in the watercolor set, and if I wanted them shimmery, I actually could have blended them with white acrylic paint, and or even clear gesso would have spread across there more easily. So, but I like it, and I think it's subtle. It's a different look. Actually, this one had some leaves, and this one doesn't have any leaf sprigs. Let me get, I have some leaf sprigs. That might work with the color scheme. I have this dark brown or dark green leaf, and I can, I think that's doubled, but I don't care. There, and maybe I'll use one of these here, and then here I will use this and this, kind of going up on one side and down on the other. So I've got stuff that's gonna scatter all over the floor if I don't take care of it, if I don't store it. Okay, so let's put this in here. Okay, and then here I'm actually gonna do the yellowish one up closer. And these leaves came from Bramble Fox, but I don't think they're in the shop anymore. I just use lots of leaves, so when they were available I ordered them, and I have a pretty good supply. Okay, so I think now it's done. And I thank you very much for watching, and I encourage you to join the group, and I hope you'll have fun and get some inspiration there. There are some really amazing scrappers in the group. So I thank you for watching. Bye.